Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. People are asking what the bill is, and I've neglected to say what the bill was or the name of it simply because it wasn't mentioned in the articles and was kind of an afterthought. So, in any case, here it is. Let's jump into it. I'm going to read this directly from the House Committee on Veterans Affairs, some information on the bill and the name of the bill. And if you want to read through it, do that. Read through the bill. The bill is, I'll put a link in the description. So please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. If you want to support the channel in other ways, you can consider being a member. Thank you so much to all you members. You can go to the homepage. You'll see highlighted members and a join button there. Thank you so much to all you members. I truly appreciate you. All right. So again, this is on the House Committee on Veterans Affairs website. And here it is. The name of the bill is Veterans Benefits Continuity and Accountability Supplemental Appropriations Act. That's probably why, I can't read half of it. So anyway, that's it. And I'll put that in the first, in fact, I'll put it in the title. So the title of the video will have that name, and the first line inside the description will also have that. You can Google search that and find it. I'll probably put a link to the House Committee page. There's a hyperlink that'll drive you there. So let's read a little bit about what they're saying about it here, and we'll move on. So let's see. It is today, House Appropriations Committee Member Representative Mike Garcia, joined by House Appropriations Committee Chairman Tom Cole, Appropriations Committee Military Constructions and Veterans Affairs Subcommittee Chairman Judge Carter, Appropriations Committee Military Construction and Veterans Affairs Subcommittee Member David Valadao, and House Committee on Veterans Affairs Chairman Mike Bost, today released the Veterans Benefits Continuity. Is it continuity? It's continuity. It's got to be. Veterans Benefits Continuity and Accountability Supplemental Appropriations Act. To ensure veterans' benefits remain uninterrupted and hold the Biden-Harris administration accountable for the budgeting errors. So here's the deal. It's always going to be political, even more so in an election year. So whether you agree or disagree doesn't really matter. The bottom line is that we're $3 billion short, and it needs to get fixed. And do I think that the VA secretary is responsible? Yes. All right, moving on. Representative Garcia said the Biden-Harris administration reckless mismanagement of the VA's budget has led to a crisis that puts veterans' benefits at risk. This isn't just about a funding shortfall. This isn't just about a funding shortfall. It's about holding the administration accountable for its failures, right? So that's a big one. We cannot simply throw more money at a broken system and enable further waste and mismanagement. My bill is focused on both ensuring our veterans receive the care they earned and demanding accountability from those in charge. We need to fix what's broken, not just fund it, and make sure our heroes are never left behind by the failures of this administration. Now, what I'm going to throw out there is what they're basically saying is we're going to fund it. We're going to give you $3 billion, but we need to figure out where all this mismanagement happened. Now, remember, this is not, oh, wow, it's so much more than what we thought, and we're just, completely blindsided until we got to the end of our cup and realized it was empty. This is a few months ago. Oh, we're fine. We're submitting our budget request for next year. Everything looks good. We're not having any issues. We should be able to hold the line. Then 2 months later, they come back, the VA, and say, oh, guess what? That budget request that we presented to both the House and the Senate? Yeah, now we're wrong. We're actually short $15 billion. $3 billion this fiscal. Next is 12. Moving on. The VA budget is serious business that has a real impact on veterans. The Biden-Harris administration has embarrassed themselves with how poorly they have mismanaged and run VA's budget into the ground, resulting in a $15 billion shortfall, which is the biggest ever, I believe. That should have never happened. The Biden-Harris VA must be held accountable, said Chairman Bost. But time and time again, especially when it comes to the men and women who have served, House Republicans will always be there to clean up this administration's mess. I want to thank my friend and fellow veteran, Mike Garcia, for his leadership on this vitally important legislation to right the ship and ensure that veterans can continue to receive the benefits and services they have earned. Moving on, Appropriations Chairman Cole said our veterans defended our nation and values. They earned care and benefits through their service, and Congress won't tolerate department mismanagement that threatens resources they rely on. This shortfall is a glaring failure by the Biden-Harris administration and its VA, marking one of the largest financial discrepancies in recent history. It also reflects a grave departure from their budget submission provided mere months ago, and that's what I was talking about, is the VA's budget, right? And look, let's cut politics out of it. Whoever's running the VA should be actually capable of running a gigantic organization. And look, anybody who's worked for anything big knows that the tip of the spear, the CEO or whatever, right, the head of that organization must, with big letters, must have a competent, reliable management team of leadership around them, right? You can't do it by yourself. You need to be able to lean on others. And a good leader is going to ensure that they are surrounded by good, capable leadership to make sure that they can accomplish the mission. And when they realize they don't, they fix that situation real quick. So that hasn't happened. So that's why I'm not very excited about the VA leadership aspects. All right, moving on. So it also reflects a grave departure from their budget submission provided mere months ago. Our heroes deserve more than this incompetence. Through this bill, we will ensure that promised benefits remain secure and enact needed oversight to guarantee full accountability and transparency. That's Stan in the background. For those that can hear him, that is my rooster, and he's right over there. All right. MilCon/VA Appropriations Subcommittee Chairman Carter said, "We made a promise to Americans veterans, and this supplemental is Congress's way of fulfilling that promise by ensuring they receive the benefits they're owed. While House Republicans are going to do what is necessary to take care of our heroes, I am gravely disappointed that the VA has irresponsibly put veterans in this position. The veterans' benefits that are at risk with this shortfall are crucial to veterans' livelihoods, and the mismanagement by the VA is shameful." Again, the VA said, look, if we don't get the funding by September 20th, we can't make payments for October. So that's from the VA's mouth. And again, I point the finger at the VA. This should have never happened. So let's move on. Representative Valadao, I'm not sure, Valadao, our veterans made incredible sacrifices for our country, and we owe it to them to ensure they have access to the benefits they've earned. This bill addresses the immediate funding need at VA while also taking necessary steps to ensure this kind of budget mismanagement doesn't happen again. I'm proud to join my colleagues to ensure veterans across the Central Valley can continue to access their benefits. I'll continue working to hold the VA accountable for our veterans. Now there's a little background section here, and then that wraps it out. So bear with me. The Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, failure to properly budget and account for enrollment growth and staffing costs in its budgetary process resulted in an unprecedented funding shortfall in veterans benefits for the remainder of fiscal year 2024 and into fiscal year 2025. The House Appropriations Committee was notified of the potential shortfall in July, 4 months after the Biden-Harris administration submitted its budget request and following the markup of fiscal year 2025 legislation in both chambers of Congress. And VA's updated projections indicated that they needed an approximate $15 billion above what was originally requested, including an additional $3 billion for the remainder of 2024 for compensation and pension and readjustment benefits. Compensation, VA compensation, pensions, and readjustment benefits like educational benefits, and the additional $12 billion for fiscal 25 for VA medical care. Moving on, the Veterans Benefits Continuity, for those that watched, and Accountability Supplemental Appropriations Act addresses the $3 billion shortfall in mandatory funding with the Congressional Budget Office estimates would have no net budget effects. The bill also includes language that holds the administration accountable, requiring a report to be submitted to Congress no later than 30 days after enactment as to why these budgetary errors took place and why the VA is addressing its failure to accurately project needs and recurring reports on the status of funds of these accounts moving forward. To read the letter Chairman Bost sent to the VA Secretary in July on this issue, there's also a hyperlink. So with that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.